morning, wherever you may be in the world. Thank you for joining me for another edition of the Truth Conductor Show. Man, I gave it my best shot. Okay, I've 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 given it my best shot. Um, like you say, sometimes you make plans and they don't work out. And the plans that I had didn't work out. I reached for the sky. I ain't lying. I reached for the sky, man. And it just ain't making no sense. So right now, uh, the caddy is down. I broke the screw in the starter. I've had that problem before. The actual screw is actually broke off in the starter in the housing. So that means it's down, and and the good thing is it's at the hotel. You know, it broke down at the hotel, so I don't have to worry about trying to get it towed, uh, having to beg people for that money because I ain't got it. you know, so what I've tried to do, man, is make the best of with what I've had to work with the limited resources that I've had to work with my ideas. I've tried to be uh, as professional and uh, present a good image. You know, that's something that I've tried to do is have a spirit of excellence. And and if you notice, my trolls can talk about me till the cows come home, but they never can say nothing about my website. You notice? You notice? Have you noticed? They done talked about my dead mama, but they have never criticized my website. Never have they criticized my website. So, you know, I personally, hey man, um, I'm curious to see what God gonna do. I don't know if He ever invite me, I'll go back. If I get an invitation, I'll go back. I'll go back if I get an invitation. I don't have a problem with that. You know, see, a lot of people use fear as a tool to manipulate people's emotion. No, I don't think he bested me. No, I don't. I don't. I mean, because you got to realize that shows like that have an agenda. They have an agenda. They have a format that they have to follow. And that's all he's doing is following the format. Man, there are people, white people, right now that support Jesse Lee Peterson, and every time he talk, make their skin crawl. But he's saying the things they don't want to say, and he's saying them. So they paying him to say the stuff they want to say. And that's how we've been kept divided, man. You got people out here that have a divisive message or a lot of vindictiveness, they don't mind paying people to say what they want said. It's the good people that don't want to pay nobody, that think it should be for free. You see, whereas somebody can go on the other side. Could be, man. Could be. That's some of the stuff you got to put up with when you live in this kind of, this is the kind of stuff you have to deal with. Okay? When you're at somebody else's mercy, this is what you have to deal with. And it's every day. And in some places in here, probably worse than that. But since you ain't in the room, you don't know. Okay? So long as it work, I don't give a shit. As long as I get up in there and turn the water on and it's hot, I'll take it. That's just the way it is, man. See, and see, and let me show you. See, these are some of the things when you don't have money that you have to put up with. This is some see, people that don't have money have to put up with some real shitty service. Let me say that again. See, people that don't have money got to put up with some real shitty service. Okay? Man, listen, you don't, brother, let me tell you, listen to me. One reason I ain't complaining about that shit right there, because when I came in this room, I got it $20 cheaper than what I was paying. Okay? When I matter of fact, I had a water issue in the room that I was in. Okay? And I was paying $20 more in that room. So I'm paying $20 cheaper. Okay, this room is $20 cheaper than what I was paying. So, like I said, and it ain't permanent. This is something temporary. I got to, man, I ain't even focused on that. I got my car's sitting out there right now. I got to figure out what I'm going to do. Because, see, this is equivalent to a fall right here. Okay, this is a fall right here with my, because that's my transportation. That's my means of getting around, doing what I need to do. Now that has been interrupted, so I have literally taken a fall. And the Bible say a good man can fall 7 times and get back up again. Okay, so as long as it doesn't destroy me, then I'm good. Okay, and I'm good. And see, and I can't. And see, here's another thing, man. You know, it's all about, who knows, when I get some money. When I'm getting my own spot. When I get some money. That's when I'm getting it. When I get some money, and see, and here's the thing. I'm not gonna come out here and go dark just to get some money. If I can't get it being light, okay, money is a state of mind. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It is. It is. And I guess I ain't mastered that state of mind yet. So I guess I ain't mastered that state yet, that state of mind yet, because I'm still trying to find it. And that's what I'm looking for, that state of mind. Because once I get there, buddy, I'm up in that joint. I'm going to be up in there. So I'm looking for that state of mind. And if you happen to see it, let it know True Conductor is looking for you. What's going on? No, man, the screw is broke off in the starter, so the caddy's gonna be sitting there until I can get it restored. I need to get it restored. It's just that simple. Okay, I just need to get it restored. And so does this mean some new transportation is on the way? I pray that this is a sign of some new transportation is coming, because I've been believing God for a new truck for my business. There's a brand new Mercedes Metris, $40,000 right down the street. Carry 7 people. Man, I could work that joker like a Hebrew slave. I'm serious. I work it like a Hebrew slave, buddy. What's a Hebrew slave? I don't know, but that's how I work it. I sure would. Um, but man. Right now. I'm good. Okay. I can't. I can't. I can't. My car broke down. My car broke down. So White House, I might not be there for a minute. Might not be there for a minute. Um, it's just one of those things. One of those things, man. Just something you got to deal with. You always got to deal with something, and it's just one of them things I got to deal with. Okay, okay, yeah. Well, but hey, man, uh, I ain't mad because it didn't break down on the highway. I ain't mad, and see, let me show y'all. Um, Somebody yesterday, uh, Amazon in Mexico tried to charge my account $1.12. So my bank thought it was fraud. And then the hotel, and they froze the account. And the hotel kept trying to charge over and over and over again for the room. So they sent out me a fraud alert, right? So, and by the time I look at my emails and realize, oh man, I go to the front desk and tell the guy, listen, man, I got to go to the bank tomorrow and get me a new bank card because, this one has been compromised, obviously. All right. So this morning, when I get to the bank, I go in, get me a new card, come back out, and try to crank the car up, and the starter is dragging. And I said, oh man, the screw done fell out. Got up under the car, and the screw dropped out right by the car. It dropped out. And I said, wow. All right, at least I ain't have to get stuck on the highway trying to deal with this. I'm in the parking lot, in the bank. So get up under the car, put the screw back in the starter, make it back to the hotel, thinking that, everything is okay and the screw done broke off. Okay? So when I get ready to go to the White House again, my starter is making this noise again. So I get under there and I look and say, oh, the screw done fell out this time. So I found a new one, but it wouldn't catch. Got the flashlight and looked up and said, oh, it's done broke off again. I've had that problem before. So, hey man, it'll sit there. It's on the parking lot. I don't have to worry about it, and just, do what I have to do. If I got to utilize public transportation to do what I do, man, I utilize public transportation. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. None whatsoever. And now and the beauty of it is now I have a smaller sign. So I don't have to be trying to lug that big old sign around on the bus like I was before. See, I don't have to do that now. I got a smaller sign. I can pick that up and just start walking. You know? And so again, man, I'm going to take today and just have a little talk with God and see where I'm supposed to go with this. What I'm supposed to do with this. You know? And most of all, I can't panic. See, I can't, because my money been cut off. I can't panic. Okay? I can't panic. That's the one thing I can't do. I can't panic now. So all I can do is just sit back, man, and let me show y'all something. And see, and this is what this is one of the things I was telling y'all that I was where I'm trying to get. Let me show you something. I even this year, for next year, man, I got me a little calendar for Truth Conductor. This is my calendar for my Truth Conductor brand. For everybody that want, I got one for Truth Conductor, and I got another one for my tours. This is for my tours. This is for my brand, and this is the first time I've gotten a calendar for my brand, Truth Conductor, and this is for DCBlackTours.com. Okay, you never know. And see, that's what I keep telling y'all, man, follow your intuition. Follow your intuition. You don't know where it's going to lead you. Man, let me show you this. And I just really took a look at this. Listen. This is Proverbs chapter 4. I'm going to start at verse 5. Get wisdom. Get understanding. Do not forget nor turn away from the words of my mouth. Verse 6. Do not forsake her, and she will preserve you. Love her, and she will keep you. Wisdom is the principal thing. This is verse 7. Therefore get wisdom, and in all you're getting, get understanding. Now, listen to this, y'all. Listen to this. Verse 8. Exalt her, and she will promote you. Okay? The Bible say, exalt understanding. When you exalt understanding, man, you teaching. You teaching, you sharing knowledge. Because what is understanding? Comprehension. Understanding is the ability to be able to comprehend. And if you're going to exalt that comprehension, man, you teaching. You're teaching. It's just that simple. What's going on here? Oh, my battery gone. That's what's going on. Okay? That's what's happening. So, and listen, and let me show you. And this is the part that I think kind of piqued my interest was this. Verse 8. Exalt her, and she will promote you. She will bring you honor when you embrace her. She will place on your head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory. She will deliver to you. That's understanding. When you exalt understanding, when you are a good teacher, when you are a good talker, when you can simplify something so that people can understand and can get it. See, that's exalting understanding. When you can help other people see in a simplistic form so that they get it. That's all exalting understanding is. All right? It's helping people understand something in a simple form. It ain't complicated. Okay? And the Bible say, exalt her and she will promote you. And see, and that's the and you got to ask, man, how would understanding promote you? I mean, think about that, man. You know, see, understanding I told you, listen, since we talking about understanding, let me show you how strong understanding is. Let me show you how strong understanding is. Look at this Proverbs chapter 8. I am understanding. This verse 14. Counsel is mine and sound wisdom. I am understanding. I have strength. By me kings reign, and rulers decree justice. Verse 16. By me princes rule, and nobles, and all the judges of the earth. Verse 17. I love those who love me, and those who seek me diligently will find me. What will they find? Verse 18. Riches and honor are with me, enduring riches and righteousness. Verse 19, my fruit is better than gold, yes, than fine gold, and my revenue than choice silver. Verse 20, I traverse the way of righteousness in the midst of the path of justice. Verse 21, that I may cause those who love me to inherit wealth, that I may fill their treasuries. That's listen, I am understanding, I have faith. And they say, I love those who love me, and those who seek me diligently will find me. Riches and honor are with understanding. And people, and see, and here's the sad part, man. You got a lot of people running around here doing any and everything, trying to get wealth, trying to get rich, risking their life, demonizing themselves, selling their soul. And the Bible say, man, I love those who love me, and those who seek me diligently will find me. Riches and honor are with me. That's what understanding. And you ain't hurt nobody. You ain't cheating nobody. You ain't deceiving nobody. You ain't lying to nobody. You ain't stealing from nobody. All you trying to do is exalt understanding. And look how much chaos and confusion that we got going on in the world right now. Right now, man, look at the chaos and confusion that we got. Everybody's talking and saying any and everything. But, that's just the way they operate. That's the way they've been able to to survive. And because that's what, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, survival. At the end of the day, man, it's all about survival. Some people are surviving with ease because they got money, and some people are surviving under stress because they don't have money and they have to depend on their creativity. Okay? So again, like I said, man, when you find yourself in a position like this, sometimes you got to deal with some crap um that you don't necessarily want to deal with, but it goes with the territory, and you have to accept that. And see, and this is not, you know, one of them hotels that's got 5-star service. This ain't no 5-star hotel here, okay? That I'm living in. It's a lot of trickery up in here, and I see it. It's a lot of trickery up in here, man. A lot of trickery up in here, and sometimes you have to think, man, don't people get tired of trying to run a game, trying to run a con? Aren't you tired? Aren't you tired? Aren't you tired of having to look over your back to worry about who's knocking at your door? Aren't you tired? You can't be trusted. You don't want to trust. And see, and that's the biggest thing with our young people today. Man, they ain't trying to trust nobody. These young kids today, they ain't trying to trust nobody. Because every time they've tried to trust, it's been violated. So these young kids today ain't trusting nobody because they tired of being violated. And you can't blame them. You can't blame them at all. You can't blame them. You know. So, you know, like I said, man, I don't know. I don't know what God is up to. I have no idea what God is up to. And at this point, I really don't even care what he's up to. Cause man, I think I have put forth um, a great effort. I think so. I think I put forth um, a good effort. You know, I don't. Again, I don't have to hold my head down about my product. You know, um, and that's what speaks volumes about people is the product that they're offering. If they offering you some crap, that's what you're gonna get, some crap. I remember when I first started my tours, I was on Viator.com, and I actually had a sign sending people to Viator looking for my tours. Okay? I actually had a sign with Viator.com on the bottom of it. And at that time, I was the only Black History tour in DC on this site. And I noticed all of the algorithms that they had for the tours in DC were white tours. So I asked the lady, I guess whoever my agent was, I said, listen, what do I have to do? I said, I noticed that the algorithms for all of the tours you have in DC are predominantly white. I say, I'm the only Black history tour in DC on your site. What do I have to do to try to get into these algorithms? And she made some kind of corny remark. And I said, you know what? Take my shit down. Everything, close my account out right now. Whatever's in the pipeline, I'll honor. But shut my shit down right now. Because I don't appreciate your response. If I mean, and if I don't, teach me, don't try to, talk shit to me. And I just said, take my side. And then that's when I had to go out and develop DC Black Tours. Okay, and if you notice, the first sign that I had made up had the DC Underground Railroad Tour, viatour.com. Okay? Now I've already put that sign out there, DC Underground Railroad Tour, viatour.com. So after I no longer could promote Viator, I got to promote myself. So I said, I need to go and create me a night tour so that I won't confuse people by, having a sign that say DC Underground Railroad Tour, viatour.com, then turn around with a sign that says DC Underground Railroad Tour, DCBlackTours.com. So I didn't even want to, people come on, wait a minute, I thought you was on Viator. Yeah, I was. So I just created a whole different tour. I created a night tour, the DC Black History Night Tour. And put under there DCBlackTours.com. And see, and by doing that, repetition now don't bother me. See, when I had the DC Underground Railroad Tour, Viator.com, if I had kept that same sign, DC Underground Railroad Tour, DCBlackTours.com, now I'm going to run into the wall of repetition. See, I'm going to lose my enthusiasm about this. Because one, I had a bad experience with Viator. Okay? So let me put all that behind me. The tour, everything. And so now I'm going to grow. Okay? Now I'm going to grow. I'm going to create another tour. And see, and just like that, when I created my tours was when I realized that we didn't have a hop-on, hop-off shuttle for Black museums and monuments. The monuments downtown got a hop-on, hop-off shuttle. That people can come on, pay $1. And sometimes it was free. And they'd ride around to all the museums and monuments. And I said, well, since we ain't got no hop-on, hop-off shuttle for the DC Black, let me create one. And because I was a bus driver, I understood routes. See, because I'm a bus driver. So I understand routes now, because when I was driving a bus, I had to learn routes. And that's just certain streets you can drive down, certain streets you can't. So I took the history that I knew. Man, when I first 2014 was when I went into business for myself. Capital Buddy Limo. And how I got into business, when I was fired from Metro, I ain't even sweat it. I just thought, man, I can now go to church and serve. Because when I was working for Metro, I couldn't serve in church because I'm always working. you know. So now that I ain't got no job, let me go and start serving. Man, I was in the transportation ministry because I had my CDL. I was on the usher ministry and the television ministry, and started out in the parking lot ministry. Okay, but the transportation, usher, and television, man, I whenever I saw a need to fill in, that's what I did. Them the three ministries that I was involved in. And this guy came up to me, Phil Mathis, and he said, Brother Don, he said, man, I've been watching you. I like you. I want to help you go into business. He said, here's the address. He said, now I want you to go to this garage, go to this place right here, but walk around to the side and go down in the garage and take a look at this car. And next Sunday, let me know what you think about it. And I went down, and it was a 1996 Fleetwood Cadillac, a funeral car that had 6 doors on it, 21,000 miles, garage kept. Okay? Garage kept. So I came back the next Sunday. I said, Phil, this is a limo. He said, I know, that's all I got. He said, but I'm going to give you a good deal. He said, I'll sell the car to you for $5,000. I said, for real? He said, yeah. Well, at that time, I was hustling, man. I had some Just Pray First t-shirts. And I had $500 in my pocket. And when he told me, he said, not only am I going to give you a good deal, I'm going to finance it for you too. And I said, man, you know what? I said, I got $500 in my pocket. I said, I'm going to step out on my feet, man. Here, take this $500. He gave me a number. He said, call this guy up and tell him to send you the bill of sale, to send you whatever you need to get your registration. Okay? And tell him I said finance this car. And that's what I did. And you know, I told y'all I work for Metro. And here's the crazy thing. I came home one day and I had this letter from the credit union. I threw that shit in the trash. I threw it in the trash. I didn't even open it up. I threw it in the trash because I owed them some money. I threw it in the trash, right? And Spirit of God said, no. You need to look in that one. Go back and look in that envelope. And I opened up the envelope and looked at it, and that was a check for over $3,600 for a class action lawsuit that I was a part of, and I ain't know nothing about it. And in this letter, they state that if you cash this check, that's the end for you. That's all you get. All right, man. I took that $3,600, went and got my tags and some insurance for that Cadillac, and started working. Started Capital Buddy Limo. I started Capital Buddy Limo. And at that time, because I was driving a limousine, I didn't have this style hat. Let me show you the style hat. Let me show you the style hat I was wearing then. Okay, when I was hold on. See, this was when I first met my wife. The first time I met my wife. See, that's the kind of hat I was wearing then. Okay, that's what I was wearing. That's the hat I was wearing then. I hadn't discovered this. I had it, but I hadn't started wearing it. I had it, but I didn't start wearing it. And finally, I don't know what happened to to make me switch to this style hat. Um, I can't even remember something happened to make me switch to this style. And and that's when people used to start telling me I look like a conductor. And I would just say, yeah, I am on the Underground Railroad because I do the Black History of DC. Underground Railroad conductor. So that to me tied in together. So I was used to people approaching me, saying, "Man, you work for Amtrak?" No, no, Here's my business card. I do the Black History of DC. I'm a conductor on the Underground Railroad. And I told y'all, man, I got married uh, in March of 2019. What's going on? Oh man, you out of here. You out of here. You out of here. I don't even feel like dealing with that. Get you up out of here. Get you out of here. Anyway, um, I got married in March of 2019. In June of 2019, my wife went back to the Philippines because she overstayed. We missed the deadline to extend her visa, and at that time, Trump was immigration, and that thing it was real intense, and it was very expensive. So not seeing the pandemic coming, I'm like, okay, baby, you going on back to the Philippines? I come get you. Okay, let me get here and work this out and get this, and I'll come get you. Didn't see the pandemic coming. Didn't see that coming. And once the pandemic came, we got separated. We got separated. So I'm like, let me come and then just still. And the one thing that I guess you could say this is probably my motivation. The one thing my wife asked me when I took her back to the airport to go to the Philippines, she said, "Baby, just make me proud." And I said, "For real?" She said, "Yeah, just make me proud." I ain't never had a woman tell me that. Never in my life. I've never had a woman tell me, "Baby, just make me proud." And that's why I just came out and put my head down, man. When I found my brand, and one day, January the 1st or the 2nd, 2020, I was really missing my wife. And we used to sit in this park and talk. We had a spot that we sat and talked. That's a whole nother story too. And I went back to where we used to sit and talk. And I'm missing my wife, man. I'm still, trying to get this business going, and still, man, I'm not gonna give up my tours. I'm not giving these tours up. Whatever I have to endure to hold on to these tours, that's what I'm gonna do. And while I was sitting there, all I heard was a real little soft voice, Truth Conductor. And when I heard it, I was like, whoa, wow, that was just my response, whoa. And I picked up my phone, I said, man, let me see if that domain name is available. And see, and at that point, I didn't even have a definition. I just had the name. And see, this is what I can tell people. Whenever an idea is for you, you're gonna always be able to define it. Let me say that again. See, whenever an idea is for you, you're gonna be able to furnish a definition for what it is you're trying to do. So about 2 weeks later, the definition for truth conductor came. A messenger from God. That's all it is, a messenger from God. Anybody can be a truth conductor. It's just a messenger from God. That's all it is. And I remember when Trump first got elected, I went down to his hotel, and I had my sign advertising my tours, and all I heard was guerrilla warfare marketing. That's all I heard was guerrilla warfare marketing. I heard it. Okay, got out, did my thing, but that name stuck with me. And then the definition came about a week later. Free marketing when the world is watching. It's guerrilla warfare marketing. It's free marketing when the world is watching. You take it. You get out and you get in people's shot. Guerrilla warfare. That's why I call it guerrilla warfare, because you take it. You're taking what you want. You ain't giving it. Ain't nobody giving it to you. You taking it. And see, and this what a lot of people don't understand about Steve Bannon, Roger Stone, Paul Manafort. Man, I took them positions. Anytime you saw me, if you see me on television behind one of them characters, I took it. I took it. I didn't ask, I took it. And that's what, and that's what sometimes you're gonna have to exemplify some courage, man. You can't see right now people right now people are using fear as a weapon. They're using that to control people. Fear. That's supposed to manipulate you to do whatever they want you to do. They do it with fear. They got you afraid. We got these viruses that you got to be afraid of. You see, forget your immune system. We ain't worried about if your immune system work or not. But you're supposed to be afraid of this. And if you notice, everything they trying to get you to go along with, they use fear to do it. And that's what you need to get away from, being afraid. That's what's holding you back, fear. Because you're afraid, you're scared. And you shouldn't be. Hey, let me read this to you. See, a lot of people tell you some stuff, and they can't back it up. All right. The Lord is my shepherd; I shall not want. He make me to lie down in green pastures. He lead me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He lead me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Okay? For you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. See, as a believer, you ain't supposed to be walking around here scared to speak to people, scared to talk to people, scared to trust people. And look how many believers right now who call themselves Christians that are being controlled by fear. They are controlled by fear, not faith, fear. And they're Christian and they love God. But they're controlled by fear. Something wrong with that picture, man. Something's wrong with that. And then when you try to point it out and call them out, see, they want to deem you crazy. Oh, that old crazy Don Foley. I'm like, he true conductor and all of this shit. See, that's the first thing they want to do, try to demonize you. Because you thinking different. Because you see things differently. Because you believe differently. They want to demonize you. Just that simple. All right? So anyway, man, I don't know what I'm going to do today. I don't know what I'm going to do. I absolutely have no idea what I'm going to do today. I'm curious to see what God has in store. Because you got to have something in store, man. You got to have something in store. I'm curious to see if in fact this is going to activate something. And I wouldn't change nothing in the world. I would still do it the same way. If I had to do it all over again, I still would do it the same way, man. As long as I can walk in my integrity, I still would do it the same way. Yes, I would. I would. I still would do it the same way. Yeah. I sure would. I sure would. Because I think one of the things most of all that you don't want to have to live with is a lot of regrets. And unfortunately, there are a lot of people that's struggling with a lot of regrets. They struggle with regrets. And not only do they struggle with regrets, but they're holding on to some things that they can't even change. All they can do is go back to that moment and relive it over and over and over again, because you can't change it. And see, that's what happens when you don't want to forgive. All you're doing is reliving that over and over and over and over again in your mind, because it's done happened, and you can't change it. And the only changes you're gonna make is some saying, I should have did this. See, that's how you satisfy yourself. start, going back what you should have did at that moment, but you can't. And see, you still get it because and even if you should have done it, you still got the same results that you got because you didn't do what you now thinking. See, listen, this expression, hindsight is 2020. You know why hindsight is 2020? Because you can go through something and look back at it and see what you should or should not be doing. But see, when you're going through it at that moment, it ain't 2020. No. And since y'all talking about my bathroom, let me just put this here. Listen, God, man, look at that's right. Hey, listen. Sometimes you got to put up with some shit. When you ain't got money, man. When when you're trying to keep your head above water, you can't stay in the Ritz or the Marriott or one of these other fancy hotels. You gotta come down, 3-4 levels. Because you can stay where you are. And the thing about here, I know everybody now and everybody know me. So it's just a matter of, man, somebody saying, damn, this dude got a hell of a story to tell. And he's got that message all over the world. See, people gonna be surprised, man, at how I've been able to work my message. I could take that message and sit it anywhere in the world and it'll work. Right today in 2023, I can take stop hating each other because you disagree and put it anywhere in the world and people can relate to it. But yet, don't nobody want to sponsor that. I mean, think about that, man. Here's a message that can fit anywhere in the world. And look at me. I'm living in a hotel. And if I was a white guy, man, I'd be a marketing genius. Stuff that I done pulled off and the people that I've been behind, man, I'd be a marketing genius if I was white. Just that simple. I'd be a marketing genius. And those are the kind of things you have to live with, man. You have to live with, that rejection. Because that's just what it is, rejection. See, and here's the thing. I didn't create that in order to be successful, people have to support it financially. That's how you become successful. And seeing people want my message to be successful without me being successful. And the two you can't separate the two. And that's what people are trying to do. Because the first thing they ask me is, well, if I give you a donation, what's the money going to go to? It's going to go to me. That's who it's going to, me. It's going to help me. And what's wrong with it helping me? That's what I'm trying to. What's wrong with me being out trying to be creative, using my creativity? Because that's what I'm doing. I'm using my creativity. I ain't stealing from you. I ain't deceiving. I ain't cheating you. I'm using my creativity, man. That's what I'm doing. You say pull yourself up by your bootstraps? Man, I've been pulling on my bootstraps. My bootstraps almost broke. I done pulled on them so hard. But yet, people tell me, go get a job. See, that's what people would turn around and tell me. You need to go get a job. You're talking about you out here trying to create jobs and you want to create opportunities. How dare you talk about you want to start your own dinnerware line? How dare you say that? Notice, man, how difficult it is to dream when you want to dream to be better. You know, when you're trying to get up out of the hole, you're cloud chasing because you're trying to be better. You trying to get up out of the hole, man. You trying to put yourself in a position where you can reach back for somebody. But people tell you cloud chasing because you trying to get up out the hole. Go figure, man. I can't. All right, y'all. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do today, man. You had these moments. You had these moments. You had these moments. Yes, you do. And then and there are times you do have to ask yourself, you know, why is it that you try to do right, you try to be right, you try to live right, uh, and and you still get clowns like this. You still get clowns like this to come in and you know troll you. Like stuff like this can't happen to them. You know, I just got to figure out. I got to figure out my next move now. I have to figure out my next move. Um, and most of all, don't panic. Because when I first saw that screw was broke off, you know, panic was sitting right here on the shoulder. Now how you gonna pay for the hotel? That's the first thing. I said, dang. And panic sit up here. Now how you gonna pay for the hotel? Where you gonna get the money from now? That's the first thing I saw, man. First thing I saw. And and I don't know how I'm gonna pay for it. And really don't even care. Cause if God be for me, who can be against me? And he even showed me favor over the situation. Cause like I said, man, I could have been stuck on the highway. I could have got stuck on the highway. And I made it back. I made it back to the hotel. So I can't be mad. I can't be upset. Okay? I can't be. I just hey man, um, gotta open up a way. That's all I can say. Gotta open up a way. Gotta open up a way. And I don't know how. I don't know how he'll open up a way. I just believe he will. And if he don't, then, that's something else I just have to deal with when the time comes. Ain't no sense in stressing out about it. Just take it as it comes. And this, I'll just take it as it comes, man. And like I said, at least I got another week that I ain't got to worry about where I'm gonna sleep. So that's another worry. And shit, by the end of this week, hell, I could be a millionaire. You know, that's how God worked. By the end of this week, hell, I could have a sponsor. You know, and see, and right now, with all of the darkness that's in the world, somebody that could come along and change the narrative and start giving people some hope, something to dream about. Man, that'll go worldwide, worldwide, worldwide. But it is what it is, man. So, I got me some avocados. Think I'll get up in here and make me a salad. Think that's what I'll do. Make me a salad. And figure out what I'm going to do. Where do I go to from here? That's what I got to figure out. What's my next step? That's my next step. And sometimes this is the stuff you have to deal with. All right?